Well, what can I say? Thibaut Courtois injured for the rest of the season. Real Madrid just began a Thursday the wrong way. Can't miss this show. Let's start it right now. Muy buena mi gente, aquí nos encontramos nuevamente en otro programa de Fútbol con Bamba.
Dentro del área, golpea Petit, Zidane y gol. Ha marcado Zidane el 1-0 para Francia.
Welcome everybody, and here we go. This is Fútbol con Bamba, and I wanted to bring you up the news of Thibaut Courtois, the goalkeeper who's been the champion, the best goalkeeper in the world. Actually started today, the day doing the final practice that it was doing with the squad after doing all the normal practices and movements that they had to do during the day. They were doing a routine little play for fun time, little scrimmage. And it comes out to be that one of the movements that Courtois was going to come outside to search for the ball, made a sudden stop, try to rotate himself to be able to obtain and stop the ball. Body moved in the opposite side, didn't actually rotate the way that it normally would do in shifting the body. Therefore, he broke a ligament on the knee, behind the knee. So therefore, after having an MRI, the doctors of Real Madrid has confirmed that Thibaut Courtois suffered a fracture or torn ligament, and he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Now, they're talking about that the optimistic way will be March or April to be able to play again with Real Madrid, but we got to see that by the age, by all the stuff that Thibaut Courtois, being the tall that he is, and the movements, and it's being on the knee. Sometimes the goalkeeper uses the knee a lot to be able to spring and jump up. I was just listening to a couple of podcasts from former goalkeepers who suffered similar injuries, and they said that this injury might be an injury that Thibaut Courtois will be able to recover completely. And they say that due to the technology today and the recovery session that they have today, they see no problem to Thibaut Courtois being back, the same Courtois that we saw before today. So having that said, everybody started saying the alarms are ringing at Real Madrid. What's going to happen? Real Madrid is dead. All the possibilities that they were having is gone. Well, guess what? Real Madrid, obviously concerned about Thibaut Courtois, obviously in communication with them, obviously committed the best doctor and the best PT for them to be able to recover for fast recovery. But what's being discussed right now is what's going to happen on the next step. One of the fortunate things, there's nothing fortunate on seeing Thibaut Courtois falling down, but if you look at it on the bright side, you're seeing that we're still in the market. We're still 20 days prior to the market to close. Therefore, it gives a big leverage to Real Madrid to be able to acquire another goalkeeper and substitute Thibaut Courtois for the remainder of the season. And this also gives an opportunity to Adrian Lunin, the young Ukrainian for 24 years old, who is actually the second goalkeeper in Real Madrid, who was thought of at one point to be able to be conceded and traded to another team. Earlier this summer, he actually declined that opportunity and that offer from Real Madrid and decided that he wanted to play another year and fight for his position and get better. Therefore, the team of Real Madrid has been working with him on his characteristics. Being that he's in Eastern Europe, they tend to be a little bit more cold. Being the young Ukrainian that he is usually they tend to be a little bit more calm, not expressive. They don't talk as much. Therefore, right now, that is something that is trying to be changed in the ambient in Real Madrid. The coaches are practicing a lot with him about him being more outspoken, being to correct the length of the defenders, trying to move a little bit better, be a better captain, and be a little bit more of a role model inside the court and the field, because this is something that Courtois did very, very, very well in the game. So Adrian Lunin will be able to debut, well, not debut, but he'll be the primary goalkeeper this weekend in San Mamés Atlético Bilbao. This is actually a big opportunity for him because he knows that Real Madrid might take a couple weeks to be able to acquire what will be possibly his competition for the remainder of the year. So therefore, he has to be evaluated. He has to do good. We've known and we saw him already in 2 of the preseason games, which one of them was against AC Milan and the other one against Manchester United. In both games, he looked really, really, really good. even though he did concede 2 goals in one of the games against AC Milan, but it was not really, one of them is a little bit more his fault, but the rest of them, it was looking really good. He did some amazing stops also right now. It was great high-level experience. It is preseason, but he still showed some characteristics. Now, one of the things that we've been seeing is Real Madrid still doesn't really trust Adrian Looney to be the main goalkeeper for the remainder of the year completely, due to every time that he's had an opportunity with Real Madrid, there's sometimes he has conceded some of the goals that it should be his responsibility to be able to stop. Now, this has created a lot of issues and has brought a little bit mentally that Adrian Looney might not be yet prepared to be able to affront or confront all the biggest stages of Real Madrid. Now, he's been in Real Madrid. He's won Champions League with Real Madrid. He's been part of the group. He trains consistently every day with Thibaut Courtois and the best coaches that they have. So he is ready on the part, on theoretical. Now we have to see him in action. So the 2 goalkeepers that are actually going to come in this weekend and be with him as a secondary and third, we're talking about Lucas Cañizares, one of the young prospect goalkeeper, main goalkeeper of Real Madrid Castilla, which is the 2nd division of Real Madrid. He's 21 years old. He has played with Real Madrid. He's showing very good resemblance. He's also an agile goalkeeper, and he's going to be actually one of the goalkeepers to be able to support Adrian Looney in case things do not go the right way. Then he might be jumping in to replace Adrian Looney. Now, there is another goalkeeper, which is going to be the third option in this moment. He comes from the juvenile B squad of Real Madrid. This is Fran Gonzalez. Fran Gonzalez, currently right now 18 years old. He's a young phenom. He's been spoken all over Europe. He's giving such a great sensation that everybody dares to compare him with Iker Casillas. We all know that Iker Casillas, when he came, he jumped up from 16 years old. Cesar got injured on Real Madrid, and he immediately came inside and took over. And after that, it's history that Iker Casillas took possession of being the main goalkeeper for Real Madrid at such a young age, and that was it for him. So Fran Gonzalez is actually being compared to him. This might be the surprise of the generation right now. If the opportunity comes, we still have not seen him in the 1st division playing. Therefore, this is something that is still on the parenthesis to see how it goes. However, these are the 3 goalkeepers that are going to be for the first couple of weeks joining Real Madrid and traveling until Real Madrid finds a substitute for Thibaut Courtois. Now, it is said that Real Madrid is actually looking for a goalkeeper who is already well-established, who's not afraid, who's been experienced, and who is be able and not afraid about wearing the Real Madrid jersey and all the pressure that comes after that. So any goalkeeper that comes in here has to be a goalkeeper that is experienced. He cannot be a newbie coming out here and try to explore, because he will not survive in Real Madrid. And Real Madrid does not have time to be able to experiment with different goalkeepers without knowing what the outcome could be. However, having that said, today the phones in Real Madrid has not stopped ringing. They've been nonstop. All these managers are offering their players, some of them with long length of contracts and big value in the market, and could be possibly difficult for Real Madrid to be able to acquire them. Some of them very accessible. And we'll start with one name that is not far and away from Real Madrid. At one point was talked about being part of Real Madrid. His transaction was going to be for Keylor Navas. At one point, Keylor Navas has said that him and his family was already in the plane ready to take off to England for an exchange for this player. And then the bureaucrats did not come on time, exceeded the midnight. Therefore, the transaction could never be done. And we're talking about David De Gea, the current or former goalkeeper from Manchester United. He's 32 years old. His contract was due already with Manchester United, did not renew his contract, and Manchester United went for Onana and did not renew the contract for David De Gea. Now, we have to say, and we have to mention, that David De Gea, for years already, was actually considered the best goalkeeper in Premier League. Therefore, he's been doing a lot great these last couple of years, something that Real Madrid has always followed David De Gea. He's a Spanish goalkeeper. They've known already since he's young. They've been following this goalkeeper, and this is the best opportunity for Real Madrid to acquire him as they want, because he's only 32. He's young for a goalkeeper right now. He's still in his peak time. He's been in the biggest stages already. He's been the main goalkeeper for the national team of Spain at one point. He's been playing for Premier League. He's played Champions League. He's had all the experience that you can imagine. He should not be defied by wearing a big shirt from a big club. Now, the best possibility in here, he's free. So Real Madrid could be able to acquire David De Gea, offer him a decent amount of money, maybe $6-7 million, million euros a year for 3 years, probably a contract. If he does good and he actually takes over the position over Lunin, then he might put an extra value on his pocket. Maybe Real Madrid will be able to sell him next year if Thibaut Courtois comes back and looking good. And that way, Real Madrid makes money out of him, and maybe David De Gea can negotiate a better rate or better salary in his next team. Therefore, it might be a win-win situation for both squads. This is one of the options that has been really topping the list in Real Madrid, and I think is one of the options that Real Madrid is currently considering as a good option for Real Madrid. Of course, the free part is the best part for Real Madrid. The one thing is that worries Real Madrid also is no other team has really followed David De Gea after he left. So they're trying to indulge a little bit more. What's the backstory on it? They know some of the reports, but they want to double check and talk a little bit more with his agent and everything before that. So let's go quickly because I don't want to delay this video too much. I want to go over some of the lists that I have here written down right now of the options that have called Real Madrid and made contact. The next goalkeeper that I'm going to be mentioning is Keylor Navas, 36 years old. He's currently with a contract until 2024, a value in the market of 4 million euros, and he's currently PSG player and goalkeeper. We know that PSG actually traded him last year for, at least conceded him last year for he could play in another team. He received a hefty amount of goals on the team last year, but we can't blame it exactly to Keylor Navas. We know Keylor Navas has been already a legendary goalkeeper for Real Madrid. He's 36 years old. Cost is 4 million. Big problem. He's from PSG. Right now, Real Madrid is not making any communication with PSG. We all know about Kylian Mbappe with Keylor Navas. With PSG. Therefore, I don't think Real Madrid would actually pursue to try to see how they can negotiate a contract with Keylor Navas. Additionally, I don't think Real Madrid see Keylor Navas as a big option here due to that he seems a little bit slower. And we all know that Keylor Navas, one of his biggest attributes is his explosiveness and his reaction time, which 36 years old, you're starting already to decay a little bit and being slower. And having options that are younger, faster, more agile, more hungry, Keylor Navas might be a little bit on the bottom of the list of Real Madrid. And in my opinion, Keylor Navas' time in Real Madrid has passed. Now let's keep with the next one because this is actually the Moroccan goalkeeper, main goalkeeper for the national team. And we're talking about Bono, 32 years old, from Sevilla. Contract due on 2025, 12 million euros is his value. Now, Sevilla in this moment, we know that Sevilla is trying to sell Bono to the market. They're looking for possible interested teams to be able to try to see if they can do a trade or they can sell him. Now, on another hand, we know also that Sevilla, knowing now, because we know Sevilla has problems economically right now. They're having struggles to be able to register players on the league this year. But if they're going to sell Bono, knowing the case with Bono and Real Madrid, I bet you that offer from 12 might be double or triple. I would not be surprised about how that value of market will go up just because it's Real Madrid. And I am not sure if Real Madrid is willing to spend more, a lot of money on a goalkeeper. There is said, and there's a number that is rounding around that Real Madrid is looking for less than 20 million euros. So having that said, if he goes out for 12 million, maybe that's an option for Real Madrid. He is a young goalkeeper. He's also a good goalkeeper. One concern also is there's the Cup of Africa right now being played next month, and he's going to participate. Therefore, he's not going to be able to participate with the team a little bit in the month of September. That might be a big concern for Real Madrid. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. But let's talk about this Eastern European kid who's 22 years old, and we're talking about Mamardashvili. Mamardashvili is actually the main goalkeeper for Valencia. He still has a long period of time on his contract because he's due on 2027. The value on the market is 27 million. However, we've known the Valencia currently right now did not do great this last year. He almost relegated to the second division last year. And Peter Ling is looking to make money for the team because the team is asking for better players, but right now they're in a crucial time, and economically they are suffering a little bit. Having that said, there is also rumors that Mamardashvili, manager and agent, was one of the first ones to call Real Madrid and offer this player. So it is said that maybe Valencia will not see with a bad eyes to be able to sell his goalkeeper to Real Madrid. And there is talk and rumors that if the Real Madrid talks to them, they can come to an agreement, and the price might not be as expensive as the value that is put right now in the market. So this is something to be talked about, to be looked at. He's young. He can compete with Adrian Lunin. He's a great goalkeeper. We know that he plays regularly, and he has amazing stoppages. Well, Real Madrid has suffered a lot every time they play with him, and we know what type of goalkeepers on there. So he's played Europe. He's played already in the La Liga, and he's a known goalkeeper. So he might be a goalkeeper that is well compared to be able to fight for the position and play for a year until Thibaut Courtois comes back, and maybe they can make money out of him eventually in the future comes, being so young. So that is an option. That is somebody that sound out. I'm going to go with another one, but this one, it's a known goalkeeper from Real Madrid. It's called David Soria, 30 years old. He plays for Getafe. His contract is due in 2026, and the value on market is 8 million euros. Now, this is on the market price from Real Madrid. However, this is one of the goalkeepers that Real Madrid has had a little bit low on the list. It's not one of the goalkeepers that Real Madrid is really interested in probably entertaining the offer, but it's talked about and rumored that his agent called Real Madrid as an option. So there it goes. It might be somebody that Real Madrid has a really good relationship with Getafe. So who knows exactly if this might be an option for Real Madrid. Now, the next goalkeeper is actually a goalkeeper who's playing in Premier League, and we're talking about the Spanish goalkeeper, Kepa Arrizabalaga, right? Is 28 years old. He currently plays for Chelsea. He still has contract until 2026, and he's 18 million the value on the market for him. Now, one thing that I have to mention about Kepa is not happy right now. The rumors that is heard in Real Madrid is that Kepa is really not happy with Chelsea currently, because Chelsea just acquired Robert Sanchez as their goalkeeper to compete against Kepa. And having that Chelsea did not have the best season last year in the Premier League, being mid-table in the Premier League, therefore they brought Roberto Sanchez to probably sit Kepa. That's the rumors. Therefore, it's said that the manager the agent has called Real Madrid, making an offer, saying that Chelsea might see with a good eye to be able to negotiate for Kepa. Kepa's inside the range of the value that Real Madrid might be looking into invest. Kepa is a goalkeeper that Real Madrid at one point was almost about to acquire. Did not happen. Then after that, he struggled a little bit, but then he's been picking up his game. He's 28 years old. He's still relatively young. He's close to the age of Thibaut Courtois. And we know already right now that he might be a good substitute probably for Adrian Lunin. And then maybe he'll be able to fight and gather the position. Plus, he's Spanish. He knows the Spanish league. He knows the language. It will be an easy transition for him to be able to meet with Real Madrid. Now, is he the goalkeeper Real Madrid needs? I think not. But it is said that Real Madrid has on top of the list also with De Gea, with Bono, Mamardashvili, and another goalkeepers that I'm going to actually mention a little bit lower. Now, let's go with another goalkeeper. This goalkeeper is actually one of the most expensive goalkeepers right now in the market. It is said that his manager gave a call to Real Madrid to see if the interest, being that he's young, he's plays for a national team. He's currently right now the main goalkeeper for the Portuguese national team, and he's the main goalkeeper and the superstar for Porto from Portugal. So we're talking about Diogo Costa. Diogo Costa is a 23-year-old playing for Porto FC, and right now Porto has been already in Champions League. This kid has had World Cup exposure. This kid has currently been in the big matches. He's only 23 years old. Therefore, it is a player that might fit in Real Madrid, and so that he can wear the shirt, he can fight against Adrian Lunin, and he has the capability and the character to be able to defy and take over and carry Real Madrid maybe for the year until Thibaut Courtois comes back. Now, having that said, he's 45 million euros right now. on the market value, and he's 2027 is his due contract. Therefore, little margin of negotiation for Real Madrid. We don't think Porto will be able to give Real Madrid a discount, especially with their main goalkeeper. And at this moment, not too many options in the market. Therefore, I think that's a difficult position, but the agent has tried and mentioned it a little bit as an option for Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid might not entertain this idea, but who knows? Maybe they do. I don't know. So let's go with the next one, because I got two more goalkeepers before we end up this program, at least for today. And one of them is Julen Aguirre-Zabala. Julen Aguirre-Zabala is 22 years old from Athletic Bilbao. Currently, his contract is until 2025. He's also in the up range of the market value of 30 million euros. But he has a problem. He has Unai Simon actually being ahead of him in Athletic Bilbao. So this is a goalkeeper who's young, who wants to make a name out of himself already, who's starting to be mentioned a lot for the national teams. He is showing up every day with the practice. At one point, Athletic Bilbao was talking about letting Unai Simon go for a great price and be able to stay with Julen as their main goalkeeper. Now, we know that Unai Simon does not want to leave, and Unai Simon is the main goalkeeper for the national team. Therefore, it's a very difficult for Athletic Bilbao to consider another option on Unai Simon. Now, Julen Aguirre-Zabala might be a great option for Real Madrid. However, he lacks a little bit about the exposure of being in a big team, of being in the big matches, and be able to carry Real Madrid. So that might be a con for him. However, this is one of the names that is being talked about. I think Real Madrid might be interested just to acquire and believe in Adrien Lunin and be able to have this kid as a secondary. And if Thibaut Courtois comes back, this kid might be either the second goalkeeper for Real Madrid, or it might be a great opportunity to be able to move and make money out of him. So that might be a business side that Real Madrid might be interested. We have to remember, Real Madrid is going on Saturday to play in San Mamés and Athletic Bilbao. So we'll know a little bit more after this weekend happens. Now let's go with the last goalkeeper. And before I give my thoughts about what's going on with Real Madrid at this point, Meslier is actually Leeds United, 23-year-old goalkeeper. He has a contract currently until 2026, and he's 20 million euros as his value. Now, one thing important to talk about Meslier, what do we can say is actually, we all know that Leeds United 3 years ago actually debuted or got raised to the Premier League. And Meslier, when 19 years old, was debuted in Premier League on the first division, and saw that he was amazing. He didn't actually feel the weight of his jersey or being in the big category. Therefore, he already showed very good characteristics. He was very agile, very alert. However, this year, Leeds United did not have the best year. They relegated to the second division. Therefore, this is why the agent has made communication with Real Madrid and has offered him as an opportunity or an option. And it might be that Leeds United will be able to sell Meslier, and maybe around the market value might be something that Real Madrid might be interested to invest. Now, he's 23 years old. He's been in the biggest. They compare him a lot with Thibaut Courtois, on the young Thibaut Courtois when he started also playing. And there's other analysis and other goalkeepers that compare him with Van der Sar. And they're talking about that he looks a lot like Ter Stegen on the defensive side. So he has different characteristics that they're talking about. He's length, he's agile, he has good reach in the goal. He can play with his legs. So there's somebody to at least keep an eye on here. Maybe Real Madrid might be interested in him. That is mentioned right now that Real Madrid has him really high on the list right now as options. So we will keep paying attention about what's going on in Real Madrid and what's going to happen in this moment. Right now, if you ask me what's the best opportunity for Real Madrid, I think this young player might be the biggest bargain for Real Madrid. He's young, he's agile, he's knowledgeable already, he's played in big games. He might be able to come to Real Madrid and show off a little bit after Adrien Lunin put a great competition. They're similar in age, so it might be a great battle for Adrien Lunin. It might push the best out of both of them. And who knows, maybe this kid can revalue himself and then he could be sold, or he can probably take over and be the great student for Thibaut Courtois. And who knows, if Thibaut Courtois doesn't come back and this kid is as good as they talk about, he might be able to take over Real Madrid national team, Real Madrid team. So to keep an eye on here, I think right now David De Gea might be the safest position for Real Madrid in case of economically and the experience. Mamardashvili, I like him a lot. He's young, he's agile, he's experienced. However, we have to see how Valencia, what price that they actually put on him. And then my third choice right now is Meslier. I think those are the three right now that have the best opportunity for Real Madrid, even though there was rumors today, a lot of rumors today about Bono. I think Bono is almost being discarded from Real Madrid, but I brought you a little bit about the news, what's going on with Real Madrid. I hope you enjoyed this show. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't been subscribed to the channel, and leave me your comment. Let me know. Did you like this episode? Did you want to have a little bit more things about this? I think we can probably do, once we decide a little bit more where Real Madrid is going and what he's aiming and what's the true aim that he's doing for goalkeeper, then we can probably analyze a little bit more about the career stats of each one of those goalkeepers. I think that will be a great show. That will give you guys a little bit more information. Another bad news that happened to Real Madrid, Arda Güler is going to be under surgery. Therefore, he's going to be out for the remainder of the season also as well. So it's been Black Thursday for Real Madrid. Not great news, but we keep it the head eye. I know my phone was exploding today, especially you, Tyson. You know what I'm talking about. And talking about, you know, I'll give you a little bit of chance. Ain't no happening, my friend. We'll see. Real Madrid will make deeds. I think whatever choice the Real Madrid makes as a goalkeeper to fight his position with Adrian Lunin is going to be the right choice. And I think Real Madrid is still going to be solid for the end of the year. I still think Real Madrid will win the league. I still think they will compete and make it very far, if not win the Champions League also. And I think the Cup of Kings might be in the bag also for Real Madrid. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll continue to inform as it goes. So don't lose. Tomorrow starts the league already. High temperature records right now that is going to be breaking in Spain. So it's going to be very toasty for them. So this weekend, it might be the hydration rule for the teams, but we'll continue to talk about it. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the show. Not delaying a little bit more of the show. I'll see you till next time. Fútbol con Mamar. Ciao!